Perfect. Everyone, thank you for being here and welcome to the testimonial call. Today we have something super special lined up for you guys. This is a person that's going to talk today that she is on every single call. She is participating in all of our challenges. She goes to our events. She qualifies for trips. This is somebody that you want to listen to, right? It's one of those people that you just know that they're going to give you some pretty important and valuable information. And so something that we like to do every single week or every single month is do a testimonial call like this, where we get to talk about kind of how the product has helped in certain situations. Situations that you guys might see every single day, situations that you might hear from other people. And this is a way that you can use these stories and these testimonials to tell a story to somebody else, to tell a story to a new person on your team, to maybe prospect somebody new for your team. Those kinds of things, that's the reason that we hold this call. It's the reason that we do this. And so today we have like I said, a very special guest. She was born in Guanajuato in Mexico, very family-oriented person. She has a beautiful family. She has some kids. She's married. She has a background in pharmaceuticals and a certification as a nutritionist. So somebody that not only is very good at the distributor side, but also she knows the science behind this. And I'm sure you'll hear a lot about that today. Something else with who our guest is today is that she is always looking for ways to help other people. As I said before, she's participating in our challenges and working hard. Some of you may have seen her in the Reto Airo, the Arrow challenge that we did a couple months ago. Some of you may have seen her working super hard and winning everything. I'm pretty sure she wins everything. But it's something that's super important because it's a good person to look up to. It's a good person to learn from. Like I said before, it's a good person to take some good notes from as well. And so without further ado, we have Coco Gonzalez on the call today. Coco, welcome. We are so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Ian. And it's an honor for me to be hosting the call of today. But I want to start first saying thank you to all the participants, all people that is willing to share their testimonies and see how we are able all together to have a very strong foundation and keep building our belief and practice in our base in science supplementation. And I want to say that, any testimonies that you are going to see here today, they are real and they are making an impact in their lives. And that's good for us to share that and take it with the world, that we have something very, very special and active. And I would like to start Kelly, Sarah, that I know that she is on vacation, and her husband take a little bit of the time to share their testimonies with some of the supplements. So I would like to introduce Sarah to the call. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me okay? I'm outside and there's a little bit of wind by the lake that we're at. So can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, my name is Sarah, and Coco got me introduced to Arrow probably about a month ago. And I've been a little skeptical in the past about taking any type of metabolic supplements or anything like that. And so she introduced me to Arrow, and I tried it, and I have been pleasantly surprised. I have immediately, like day one, I noticed the increase in my energy levels, my appetite went down, and I just noticed a difference, and I've been loving it. And I'm really excited to see how things continue to go as I continue to use Arrow. So it's been great. I'm super grateful for her introducing me to Arrow. My husband is not on the call, but he's doing the trifecta. He's working with the Link, Genomax, and Optimend, and he has been also using it for about 30 days. And he is a military veteran who has taken numerous pills and has always had issues with his stomach and with joint issues, and he's noticing quite the difference as well. He's excited to see, how many more improvements he's going to feel, how much better he'll feel as he continues to take the trifecta as well. So we're really happy with what we've seen thus far and are looking forward to seeing even more results as we continue to use the Actives products.
And I just want to go back to that. And he's been taking just the normal doses, one in the morning, one at night of Optimum and Link, and 1 Genomax per day, right?
Correct.
And he,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
And he's been having a lot of improvement in the gut issues that was more concern for him, right? That was, I think, the point that they say, okay, I'm going to try it, because I guess he was having a little bit of frustration with the gut issues in the past.
Yes, absolutely. He's had to take, just from taking so much ibuprofen in the military and just other medications, it's caused issues with his stomach. And so he's taken heartburn medicine and just pills upon pills to help his stomach issues. And so he, that's a big thing that really got him interested in trying the Link and then jumping on with the other two products. And he's, like I said, he's noticed a difference, and he's excited to see, you know, how much more improvements he gets as he continues to go along. So he's excited. I'm excited, especially with me with the Arrow. I'm a teacher, and I'm constantly going. I teach junior high students, so trying to keep junior high students corralled is definitely a task. And so I'm excited to see what Arrow does for me as we start the school year again, because I really think that added energy, those added energy levels that I'm seeing now will definitely help me as I get back into the school year with those kids.
And I just want to mention a little about the Arrow. I remember that the beginnings you start with 1 scoop, and that wake you up very fast. And now you reduce the doses to half. So I just wanted that you share that, because I believe that with the natural supplementation that we had in Active, sometimes we're able to play with the doses.
Yes. I started with the 1 scoop because that's what was advised. And it was a good slap in the face, but it was quite a slap in the face. It really, it definitely came with a punch. And I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't drink a lot of caffeine. So having that, those natural, you know, get up and go type feelings right away was definitely noticed. And so after a couple of days, I did bring it down to about a half a scoop, and now I'm probably at about 3/4 of a scoop. So that's kind of where I am at right now. But I'm definitely interested in seeing if, you know, I'll probably, once the school year starts, hop up to the full scoop and you know, see where things go. So yes, playing with the dosage is something that I've done. And so I think I'm going to start transitioning up to the recommended dose, which is a scoop, and see how it goes from there.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And I see you guys when you come back to Arizona again, and I hope you guys still enjoying your vacation.
Yes, absolutely. The temperatures are definitely cooler than the hot Arizona. But I like the heat. I love the heat, so I'm ready to get back. But yes, thank you. Thank you for the well wishes, and thank you for introducing us to the Actives brand and the products. And like I said, we look forward to seeing what the brighter future that we have with those products as we continue to use them.
And hopefully I'll bring you guys more in the future to see how you guys are doing with that.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much. So now I know that Larry just joined us. I would like to see if Larry is able to unmute his phone. Oh, maybe I lost him again.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
Larry.
here.
How are
Hey,
you?
Coco. How you doing?
Very good. I want to say that Larry was one of the first people that I introduced him to Actives 4 years ago. So he was one of the first believers on me. So I really appreciate that, the trust, and I think we are being able to support to each other in the ways that we can. And I'm very grateful that you had the time to share your testimony, because Larry has been in the products, and sometimes he go out of the products, and then he goes back to the products, and then he go into the product again. So, but I would like Larry to share more about the experiences that he's been having with the supplementation.
Well, thank you, Coco. And yes, 4 years ago seems like a flash in the pan, but I'm certainly glad that I am still here, because at one point, most recently, it was a scare. And because I'm able to have access to Active and access to you at any given time, I'm certainly blessed as a result of being able to call you on a moment's notice and make sure I get back on the plan. Because I have several different medications, sometimes I have to stay off the Active until my medication adjusts, so I can make sure that I don't have the doctors give me too much of anything or too less of anything. So sometimes I'll just stop for a moment, because they have these bright ideas. They think they know better than Active. They know everything. So I'll let them go ahead and make the adjustments. Then after I don't see the type of results I want, I'll call you and get back on Active. So most recently, I was having some stiffness and some joint pain, and almost where my back and knee joints were almost, causing me to not really want to do very much. And I got the Active, and in one 24-hour period, I was bouncing again, no pain, my back didn't hurt. I was able to, pretend that I could play basketball with my son, at least a little bit, and keep myself active again because of the Active, the Genomex, and because of the links. Specifically, they were able to get me back where I'm able to move and have restful sleep, and then stay connected to the brand and to Active, so I can continue to experience what I'm experiencing. But throughout my relationship with you and Active, I've been finding and recommending people to use it, especially with stiffness, joint pain, and stuff like that, as well as with I have diabetes, and I noticed that when I take Active, I take less insulin, and that's a good thing. So I'm just exactly what you would describe as a success story using Active products. I expect to continue to use them and represent them as I continue to find more people to tell about Active. So thank you again for introducing me to the product, and continue to be there when I need product to either sell or get for myself or get more information about the product.
Thank you, Larry, for trusting and put it into your life, right? Because it's important for us. And the normal, one question, you are using the normal doses, right? Recommend one.
Yes.
Okay.
One in the morning, one at night. That's what I'm using.
Okay. And
as I take with my medication, since I do the whole routine. So I line them up in the morning, and I line them up before I go to bed at night, and take my regimen. And so Active is a part of my regimen.
All right, that's very good that you mentioned that you are still able to use your medication that is prescribed and to add the supplementation. And then as you notice that you're getting better, I'm thinking that the medication is being reduced as well, correct?
Yes, and like I said, I don't use as much insulin because my marker is whenever my glucose goes up above 150, I'm supposed to take insulin, but since I've been taking Active, I've been like 120, 130. So if it doesn't go to 150 or above, I don't have to take it.
Okay. All right.
So I'm very happy about that.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being with us to the call, and I will see you pretty soon again.
All right. Thank you again. Take care, Coco.
Thank you, Larry. I would like to call and see is Gloria is here, and I think she is. Let me see where she's at. Hold on.
I think she's right here. I just asked her to unmute.
Oh yeah, can you? I think I unmute her. I asked her to unmute. Hola. ¿Te puedes quitar el mudo, por favor? Yes, thank you. Before you start sharing your testimony, I just want to share, I was just going to say that she doesn't belong to my team. She belongs to another team. And yesterday when I contact her if she was willing to participate. She right away said yes, and also we have another person that she introduced that is able to share their testimony. But I want to bring that to the question, so you notice that here in Actis, we work together as a team, and I think that's why it makes us so special and different. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for the willingness to participate in a short notice and give you testimony. Go ahead. Thank you. We can hear you. You are in mute. Margarita.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Gloria.
Sorry. I said Gloria.
Hi, how are you?
My fault.
No problems. Well, I will make this a long story. I'll try to cut it down as short as I can. But a year ago, I had surgery on my left knee. It was not knee replacement. I had an infection on my left knee, and it caused me to have emergency surgery. After the surgery, I was sent to a rehabilitation center where I had to spend 6 weeks with all kinds of treatments. I had physical therapy, and then I also had antibiotic therapy that was causing a lot of discomfort to my stomach because it was causing me severe diarrhea because I was on such high doses of the antibiotics. So once I got out of the rehabilitation center, they sent me home, but they sent me home in a wheelchair. I was unable to walk. And that was the difficult part for me, is I didn't go into the hospital in a wheelchair, not able to walk. So when I got out, it was very devastating for me because I'm not used to just sitting around and doing nothing. I couldn't get out of bed by myself. My husband had to help me out of bed. He had to wheel me around everywhere, and I kind of really felt useless. So when I was introduced to the product, at that point, I wasn't really even paying attention to what it really was or what it could do. I just wanted relief because I was in such severe pain and swelling. The swelling in my knee just wouldn't go down. And they wanted to keep giving me medications, and I didn't want any more medication. I just wanted to be able to try to do this naturally because I'm not used to taking prescription drugs. Everything I take is herbal and natural. So when I was introduced to the product and I researched it, and I do have a holistic doctor in Dallas, Texas, that she looked at the product and she said, I think this would really help you. Well, after being on the trifecta for 3 weeks, I was watching TV with my husband, and I didn't have any pain because I stood up by myself. So my husband just looked at me and he said, whoa, wait a minute. How did you do that? And I said, what? He says, you're standing up by yourself. So I was like, wow, this stuff is really working. So since then, I've been taking the trifecta. I took the trifecta. I was kind of nervous at first. I was a little hesitant. So I was only taking one of each. Well, after I started to be able to walk more, I was still using a wheelchair because I was trying to be cautious because they kept telling me if you fall, it's going to be worse. So I kept using my wheelchair, but then I got promoted by my doctor, my primary. She took me off the wheelchair and she gave me an upright walker, and I used the upright walker for about 2-3 weeks. And now I'm walking without a walker. I don't need the walker anymore, but I did up my doses. I take 2 Lynx, 1 Genemax, and 2 Optimin. Now, if I do start to feel a little bit stiff, or I start to feel a little bit uncomfortable, I've not felt any pain, but if I start feeling a little bit uncomfortable, then I do take another Optimin. I'll take 3 instead of 2. But as far as the product working, it's amazing. It's an amazing product. And when they try to talk to me about the money portion, the making the money, I'm like, that's not important to me. I don't care how much money you make. If you're not able to physically function, no amount of money could possibly, enhance your life. So now that I'm up and I'm able to do better, I do tell people, because my testimony is so many people saw me in a wheelchair. So now that they see me walking, in fact, just today, I saw a lady and her husband at Walmart, and she turned around and looked at me. She said, oh my God, Margaret, you look great. What are you doing? So she's going to one of the presentations with us on Monday. She's gonna, because she's wanting to know more about the product. So I'm really excited about it too.
So then, and this, and how long you see the results?
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now your medication is being also going down, and or you are not taking anymore?
No, I'm not taking any medication. I never wanted to take pain medication because I know that you get addicted to it. I did not want to get addicted to any pain medication. I didn't want to have to depend on it. The only thing that, because of the pain, my sugars did kind of go up a little bit. So when I went to see my doctor, he said, "You're pre-diabetic." And I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not a diabetic. It's the, pain, stress to your body causes your cortisol levels to go up." And he's like, "Okay, well, we'll get you tested." So he went ahead and tested me. And back then, 6 months ago, my A1C was a 6.7. Well, he retested me again after 6 months. And he was kind of upset because he says, "You make me so mad because your A1C is a 5.5. He says, "That's not even pre-diabetic." And I said, "I know." So he was glad, but at the same time, he was not happy that he wasn't going to put me on metformin.
Okay. And curious, you take also Arrow?
No, I don't take the Arrow. It gives me heart palpitations, and I started with the full scoop, and then that just really set me off. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go sit down somewhere." And then I went to the half, and it just really made me very, very jittery. So I tried the 1/4, and it still kind of messed with me. So sometimes I'll just do a little bit of a sprinkle in my tea. I'll put a little sprinkle of the Arrows in my tea. And that seems to work a lot better for me. I do want to say that I am a cancer survivor. So there's a lot of things that kind of set me off. So I'm just grateful that I'm able to adjust the doses of the supplements. And another thing that's really funny is that when I went back to my doctor, I had a yeast infection, and he said, "Well, I'm going to give you some antibiotics." I go, "Oh, no. I don't need any antibiotics. I just need to know what the situation is." And he said, "Well, why do you come?" And I said, well, so I can adjust my supplements. I can adjust what I'm taking already. So he was like, "Oh, okay, fine, whatever." So yeah, I upped at that time, I upped the Genamix. I took 2 Genamix instead of 1 when I had the yeast infection, and then it went away.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your testimony, all your testimonies, and be a proof walking that our science, our supplementation really works. And more than that, the trust and the belief of you trying to try something new. And, we're very happy that you're having those results. And I just want to say thank you so much.
Miss Coco, I want to just real quickly also say that I have a brother who's mentally challenged.
Okay.
Before the product, when I started taking the product and I saw what it did for me, I got some for my brother. I ordered some for my brother. I signed him up as a preferred customer. My brother was not able to complete sentences. You could never understand anything he said because everything was just jumbled and mumbled, and he would get frustrated because he couldn't, make himself heard or understood to us. I started giving him the trifecta, but I gave him 2 links, 1 Genamax and 1 Optimin, because his problem was the cognitive thinking. Well, after, I think his was like more of a week, within a week, my sister that lives with him, I have a younger sister that lives with him, asked me, she said, what are you giving him? And I said, "Why?" She says, "Because I can understand what he talks like normal. He's now able to talk to us, and we are able to understand what he says." So I'm more excited for him that he's able to communicate with us. He's able to express what he's feeling. And sometimes he even makes more sense than my normal sister. So I'm really excited for my brother that's helped him a lot.
Oh, well, we are very happy to hear that. And how long he's been taking it?
He's been taking it now for 4 months.
Wow.
4 months. Yeah. But after a week is when we noticed the difference with him.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
We give you an advice to other people that maybe know somebody that is going through those challenges.
Yes.
And you know that here in
Absolutely.
Actimate, we have something for them as well. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. And I would like to see if Carmen is in the call. And it's not. Let me see. And it's not, I would like to bring Diana Romero to the call. Diana, you're able to unmute? Diana Villegas.
Hi, Coco.
Hi.
And my daughter.
Yeah, I got, okay, I will, Diana speak a little English, however, her beautiful daughter is going to be translated for her, but I want to say that I know Diana, no, for
No
long
speak
ago.
good English.
Yes, and like maybe 2 months or 3 months ago, and usually she is the one that find me, and I think she likes at that time my profile, and she say, I think I can trust this person. and that's how we started the communication back and forth, and then she signed up. But I want that her daughter tell the story that I think is very impacting her life, how the products has been helping her with the health issues that she has. Go ahead, girls.
So, my
Or you
mom.
can say your name and how old are you?
Okay. Leilani. My name's Leilani, and I'm 22.
Yes. Welcome, Leilani. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to say that my mom got diagnosticated with cancer for the second time in November from last year. That's why she started taking this active products, and because she was having a lot of anxiety and depression. She had a pain on her left or her right leg. She said it felt like it was burning, so it was very painful that she would wake up in the middle in the night because of how painful it was for her. So since she's taking these products, she started taking them in April of this year. So she said she noticed that she doesn't have that pain anymore, and she doesn't have anxiety anymore or depression. She sleeps a lot better than how she used to sleep before. And so yeah, we're hoping that on the last test she has this month, in about 3 weeks, we're hoping that the doctors say that the cancer or the tumor got smaller, or either just she doesn't has it anymore. So we're hoping for that, since she's feeling a lot better since she's taking the products.
And she's been having the energy. She's not been feeling tired anymore. And I think the symptoms about her leg looks like she was having principles of neuropathy, right? The burning. And right. And she's feeling like much better, the release, right? She still feel a little bit. And I noticed that she's not taking the normal doses. I think she's taking a little more than the normal doses. I don't know if she is able to tell you what
She's taking 2 Link and 2 Genamax in the morning.
Yeah.
And then
Afternoon, 2 Dynamax, 1 Optimed. In night is 2 Optimed.
Okay. Yeah. And are you taking any medications with that?
She's not taking any treatment or anything.
All right. And they say that the cancer is in the ovaries and is encapsulated, right? There's no growing, it's a small. All right. Okay. And you feel also that depression went away? And
Yes.
She feels a lot better, yeah.
all right. Well,
She used to always cry because, you know, it's hard mentally to know that you're sick. So yeah, she used to get very anxious and she used to cry a lot, but she got a lot better. So
how long she noticed the time that the depression went away and that she started feeling her emotions changing?
cuando
Um,
notaste que la depresión y ansiedad se fue desde que lo estás tomando?
Como one month.
Yeah, she
1
said
month.
it took like a month after she started taking the products. It's when she started feeling a lot better.
All right, well, I just want to say thank you, Diana, por tu testimonio y espero que
Thank you,
todo
Coco.
Dios se desaparezca, ¿verdad? I just want to say thank you to her for her testimony, and we hope that in the next exam that she has, that we can receive the great news about not having that to deal with that anymore. And but thank you for both of you willing to jump into the call, and thank you for helping Yumon and helping us to translate her.
Thank you, Coco. I love you. Happy.
I love you too. Thank you. All right. So I would like to, I don't know if Rebecca is here still or not. And if not, I would like to bring Rosario to the call. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello. Rosario is my oldest daughter.
Hey, everybody. Okay. I have a little bit of an echo, but so my testimony for me first personally, because I want to talk about my dog Kylie actually, but just hearing everybody's stories around their dosages and what they take every day, I just have to say, I take Arrow every day. I usually take a scoop to a scoop and a half, depending on how much sleep I got the night before. Or I'll take a scoop in the morning and then I'll do a half scoop in the afternoon if I just need a little extra energy boost. But I really love Arrow. I was really excited when the trifecta package that I buy had an extra one. I don't know if it's a trifecta package, but whatever package I had, they had a promotion where I got an extra Arrow, which was just really nice. But anyways, so I'm mostly here to talk to you guys about Kylie today. She is my pit bull. And she's my pit bull that is very delicate. She's got like allergies, and just all kinds of fun things. But about, I want to say November of last year, we noticed that Kylie started growing a bump on her back, like just her actual back. It started off small. It grew about the size of a $50 pretty quick. And I think we have pictures. Well, those are after, but it grew to about the size of a $50 pretty quick. And so we took her to the vet, of course, and they were like, well, we can do a biopsy. It's about $700. We've been down the biopsy road with Kylie before for something else, and she had some other health things. So at that point, we were like, I don't know if we want to spend that much at this moment. But we, did the whole circling to see how much bigger it's going to get. And then we had Genomics at home, and my mom, being who she is, when I told her about it, she's like, why don't you try this on Kylie? Like, well, it certainly can't hurt. So we did. And I know there's been research, I don't know research necessarily, but I've heard on other testimonial calls where they've used it on horses. And so it's also where we got the idea. So I do like coming to these calls. And so we started giving it to Kylie. And so if you see the pictures here, this is about the time where it fell off. So I wish I had pictures of the bump, but it was just a skin bump. It wasn't like oozing or anything special. It was just bump on the outside, pinkish. But this is when it fell off, and this is her back today. I just took a new picture to just kind of show like there's no bump, there's no anything. And then we also noticed or around February that she started growing a second one, right? So November, and about like end of December, early January, she went to the vet. And then in February, we had a second one, right? So her other one wasn't growing, but she grew a second one. And so again, did the whole circling thing. We knew that going to the vet, they were going to say like the biopsy is the next step, which we just wanted to wait it out a little bit. And then you see the picture over to the right, that is May. And then the next picture is actually today. So I also took a picture of her side where just no bump at all. And I usually do a little pill pocket, and I give her one in the morning. And I give my Rottweiler Optimend just because I know they're prone to hip dysplasia, and I figure if there's any chance that I can help hold that off for Coda, I'm going to do it. So yeah, I feel like they react really well. They don't have, you know, irregular bowel movements or anything. Although the first couple of days I was just sure that I was home so I could, you know, if my dog needed to go to the bathroom more often or was throwing up, that I was home and around. But neither one of them have had any issues. They both take it regularly. So every morning they get a little pill pocket with Genomex or Optimend for Coda. And yeah, I plan to keep giving it to them. It seems to be helping really well. I take mine every day. I give my son Wyatt Link every day. So he's almost 3. And I think one of the biggest things that you can tell, like just it's working or helping, there's a lot of little things and a lot of big things, but one that's just very consistent and easy to see is how consistent he is. So when he's taking his Link regularly, my son goes to the bathroom very close after he wakes up, pretty close after lunch, and probably once before bedtime. So he's very consistent around when he goes to the bathroom, when he's taking his Link. And I know that when he's not, it's a little more regular, like normal, where it's just like, oh, you went to the bathroom. But he is very regular. And I like that. On top of all the other big and small things that we notice, that's probably one that just very glaringly stands out, is that he is very regular when he goes to the bathroom and just seems to be a very brilliant kid in general. But yeah.
I had a question with Kylie. You noticed that the big one disappeared very fast, like in around how long? 2 months and a half?
Yeah, the big one was gone probably March, April.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it just kind of fell off. It like flaked off. It was pretty gross. The other one did not flake off. The one on the side just kind of shrunk in. I don't know if it because it was smaller to begin with, and she was taking the Genomex pretty regularly almost as soon as we saw that one. So I don't know, but the big one on her back was the one that kind of like flaked off.
Okay, and that one, and going back with Wyatt, your baby, that's 2 years and a half. How long he's been taking Link?
Well, I was taking it when I was pregnant with him. So I guess the answer is always.
Yes, okay. And now what is the dosage? 1 pill per day?
Yes, I think so. That part I'm not always sure of. We've opened the tablet, right? And I was giving him half, and I think he's taking a full one now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. And you notice when you are giving Coda, some of the Link and Genomex is helping him a lot with the infection in the ears, right?
For what?
For Coda, with infection in the ears for Coda.
Oh, his ear infections? I mean, he hasn't really had ear infections, but we also give him allergy pills too. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. But I know for me, like just the other night, my husband was like, my stomach hurts. And I'm like, here's your Link, like, just take it. Just, you know, I think it helps. And that's usually what I go to when I feel bloated or like my stomach just, I ate something not great. Even though I took my 2 Links in the morning, if I'm not feeling great in the afternoon or my stomach's acting funny, I just take another one just to help. And I do typically notice that then my stomach stops hurting, or I don't even think about it, right? It just stops hurting and I can kind of move on with my day. And then I'm like, oh yeah, yesterday that did help. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, thank you so much for your testimony. And I would like to check one more time, is Carmen is in the call? And it's not, I have just one more testimony to share, and it's a small video. Okay, let me go back to share. All right, so before I play the video, I met Wayne last year in October. We start talking about Actis and the supplementation. And then I meet with him in November, and he shared with me that he was having some issues with prostate cancer. So we start talking about the supplementation and things like that. And he said, okay, I'm willing to try them. So I signed him right there. And that moment that I just met him. And he told me that he was gonna go to a procedure where they're gonna try to remove one part of the cancer. But when he was into surgery for that, he was having some complications, so they didn't remove anything. So the doctor said, no, we're not able to remove that. So I think at this point, we're just going to give you probably some radiations and we see what happened. So he very loyalty was taking the trifecta and including arrow in that. So he was taking the 4 supplements, the normal doses every day, very loyalty to the product. And when he was sharing that he was not having any of the side effects that probably some people we feel like no energy, no. All the time we talk to him, it's like he was not going into this. He was with his normal life, very happy. And in May 6th, he sent me this text message. Let me see. So I will, I don't want, it doesn't want to play. Oh yeah.
There she is. It's over. She's already. Ready? Ready? Yes.
So he right away sent me the text message and letting me know that the great news that he was not having that cancer anymore. And I spoke with him because now, he sent me that video May. So I spoke with him like 3 weeks ago. He's very happy. He's healthy. And yeah, he said that we always share what happened with him and how that supplementation of Actis helped him. And I guess that will be it. I don't see Carmen in the call, right? I think he was not able to enjoy. Nope. Okay, so I was just gonna say thank you so much for you guys taking the time and enjoying us this evening to hear these amazing testimonies. And I'm gonna say that we don't need to stop. We have something very amazing here in Actis, and we need to go and let it know the world about the news and epigenetics and about the news. What Actis is about. And I will go back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Round of applause for Coco. Thank you so much for being so prepared and having great testimonials at the call. I hope we all learned something. I definitely learned stuff. I was taking my own notes so that I can make sure that when people ask me where I work and what I do, I want to be able to tell them some good stories too. Just one quick thing, as you guys know, Actives does not claim to cure anything, but our products really do help, as you guys can see here. They really they can help a lot of things that everyone is dealing with, and you never know who can benefit from it. So make sure you share, make sure you're inviting. And as a quick reminder as well, tomorrow we have a call. It is our English update call. So make sure you're there tomorrow afternoon. We'll be there waiting for you. I know most of you that are here are going to be there, but I just wanted to make sure I invite you one last time. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight, taking the time out of your day. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.